So yeah, welcome to the Anispective cast, where I don't know if you believe in ghosts or not, but listen, we will make you a believer. Probably not. Maybe? No.
The supernatural theming keeps on rolling.
It keeps on rolling, especially when the Rubber Robo Gang is involved.
Yep.
I do want to mention something really goofy that I put out on the Discord that I did not realize when we were recording last time.
Oh.
And it's that apparently the English episode release order is different from the original release order.
Yeah.
So hey, last episode that introduced the Rubber Robo Gang and gave us what their deal was and like all that stuff. Yeah, that's episode 27 in English. That's where it came out in the US.
Yeah, how many episodes is this series?
39, and then there's a season 2 that goes to 52.
We might watch that. I don't know.
I will probably watch it, yeah.
Huh. There's a list of 52 episodes on the episode list I have.
Yeah.
For like what we're watching
1 to
now.
52, and then it's like the spirits is 1 to 39 afterwards. But the first batch is like batched differently on the wiki page for some reason. I don't know why. I assume it's a production thing.
But yeah, it's so weird that late into the series, it's like here's the Robo
Here's the Robo Gang, and this is their deal, and this is what they're about. It's like
I keep like flip-flopping between versions, but yeah, the Robo Gang.
You want to know what makes that even goofier? You want to guess where this episode is in the English list?
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know, right at the end somewhere.
This is episode 6.
Okay, so this is where the previous week
this is where the previous episode should have been. No, this is where, this would be where the previous episode would have been. And that episode would have been all the way down at number 27. And you won't get this episode until episode number... Actually, it's like... Yeah, this is that's Twice On. And it's like... I feel I'm getting confused here somewhere, but it's like, yeah... And Twice On is like just something else. It's like 18 or some crap.
Okay,
it's a whole dumb, confusing thing, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure we established it at the beginning, but hey, if you're in this far and you don't know, we're watching the sub if you want to keep up.
Yeah, we are watching the sub. That seems like honestly the right order at this point. Because imagine if we didn't get the episode, though, I was like, oh, this is the Roro Gang's deal. And it's like, oh yeah, spooky forest. And they just walk over, and they just see the Rubber Robo Gang just doing their thing, and like, doing their pranks and stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, huh.
Yeah, which, by the way, is what they're still going on about doing pranks. Like, these guys are goofballs.
Man, I think the really funny part is that, like, because of the episode order changes, there is a one coming up in the next episodes we're already talking about tonight, where it would make no sense in English, like, at all. Because that's the thing, it's like, this is a show where not a lot happens, but there is at least basic continuity.
Yeah. This makes no this doesn't pretend it's not Monster of the Week, basically, or Medabot of the Week, or whatever.
It's Monster of the Week, but also has more continuity than Ghost Game, because characters will just, like, meet new people, or get parts or whatever, and they'll be like, oh yeah, you're that guy, huh? And they'll just reference past events.
Yeah, here, borrow this arm I got from fighting a thing last episode.
Yeah, hey, Medaby, have these octopus legs. Okay, now use the octopus legs. It's like, you'd probably argue that it's like that's also kind of the case for evolutions, but it feels like those did actually, like, they did use their strongest forms half of the time. So it didn't really matter.
It's okay, Ghost Game's over. Man. It can't hurt us anymore.
Ghost Game can't hurt us anymore.
So welcome to Medabots Ghost Game.
Welcome to Medabots Ghost Game.
I literally thought about Ghost Game. I was just like, is this doing like the horror idea kind of better in like a little bit of this episode?
Is. This cat just does the horror idea better, and the next episode, Cav does the detective idea better.
Yeah, it's also just generally a fun episode.
Yeah, this episode's great. This is like probably one of my favorite episodes so far.
Yeah. So we open up with Phantom Thief Retort, and it's just like this whole monologue, and it's like, yes, Phantom Thief Retort attacks and steals metals and disappears, and nobody knows who he is.
He always gets what he wants, and he always wants what he gets.
Yeah. And then we cut to Hikaru, the shop owner, the Medabots shop owner, reading in the newspaper. He's like, whoa, Phantom Thief Retort. Wow, that guy's awesome, isn't he? And it's like, hey, don't you want to write like a news article about him or whatever? And Arik is like, no, I don't.
Man, what a passionate individual about the thieving life.
Yeah, you would think a shop owner... Kind of odd that a shop owner is like, oh man, he's so cool.
Yeah, listen, we all got our quirks. It's no big deal.
I love how badly, seriously though, I love how badly the secret is at this point. Like,
even the narrator's like, no one knows who he is. No one, right? Right?
Yeah, right? Nobody knows.
Which we know is true because Retort would himself know who he is, logically speaking.
True. But yeah, he's breaking into some like unknown, like just some facility, and I guess he steals a Medabot metal.
Until Stan Arwise, I will believe he is breaking into the government.
I mean, it looks like a big, like, heavily armed facility.
It looks really armed.
It's... and there's no, like, it seems like he's just here as a gag because there's never been an explanation. It's just he goes around and steals metals because, I don't know, he wants them.
I mean, listen, where'd you even unload those metals, you know? Where'd you even pass those off? You can't launder that.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Sell them?
Yeah, exactly. You know, he must be planning something big. I just know it. Maybe he's just a collector, you know?
Yeah.
I'll point out, like, the opening, like, scene where he just steals the metals, he escapes into the sky with this cool shot, jumps into the air, and then just effing explodes.
Yeah, I like the... I guess you just, like, yeah, smoke bomb, but make it explode.
Yeah, it's like a fiery explosion. It's like, yeah, alright. Huh. He's got so much swagger for such an incompetent loser, but I love him.
Yeah, that's kind of like, it's part of the joke, and it's kind of a shame. I really love his outfit, actually, like the mask and the top hat and everything. He looks really cool, I think.
Also, I'm just now realizing, just watching these episodes, yeah, Retort does not wear gloves.
Does he not?
He would be leaving fingerprints everywhere.
Yeah, that seems like a massive oversight, huh?
Oh, man, it's like no one thinks to dust for prints, because, Phantom Retort would be, like, way too smart to do that.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
but also gloves would like tie the outfit together. With,
It
like, the
really
white. I don't know.
would, yeah. It seems like something he'd have for his whole, like, Jilma aesthetic, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta be the Jilman Phantom Thief with the most, like, just swagger theme music. Oh man, he's
But yeah.
so cool and so lame, but he's so cool though.
But yeah, the main plot of this one is a mysterious ghost is attacking people at night and stealing their medals. It's like, oh, it's a ghost, and it's only happening at a very specific spot, and it's like, okay, let's go check it out.
Yeah. Apparently I stole the medal of, like, what's his face, the rival guy, Koji, yeah.
Koji. Yeah, they stole Similidon's medal.
I was going to, like, wonder, like, oh, hey, how'd they do that? But later we just see, like, how the Rubber Robo Gang does it. And it's like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That'd probably work.
They use trickery.
Yeah, they're very slimy Tatsunoko villains, I guess.
But
oh,
yeah,
boy.
Earlier in the episode, or like when they're about to go check out the ghost thing, we get another shot of Karin's hilariously long pink limousine.
Yeah.
Where it just takes a few seconds for the whole thing to pull up to where they are. It's
man.
I hope that just continues to be a thing. That's funny.
Yeah. Man, it's like there's that, like, Karin has a few good moments in this episode.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Can we just talk about just the gag?
Yeah, I like the part where like she gets rescued and like Icky like spreads out his arms for like a hug or whatever, and she runs past him and is like, "Oh, Medabots, glad you're safe or whatever." Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, Gosfield is like, oh, it's so scary, but the Phantom Retort saved me. And like the entire time, he's just standing there like, what? He's like blushing, and Icky's just still got his arms out, like doesn't even move. He's just like stuck there.
Yeah, Medabots just like, what is happening?
Just no reaction. It like pans over a little bit. The art characters continue the conversation. He's still just in that pose. Oh man, the kid has hopes crushed so bad he's just in denial at this point.
Yeah, poor Icky.
Poor Icky.
Also, I like that apparently Medabots can also throw a good punch.
Yeah.
Dude's built for long range combat, but he punches out the enemy Medabot and beats it in one hit.
Jump ahead. I was going to show that was like a really good bit of like punch animation, you know? It's like really stylish.
Yeah, there's also a part earlier in the episode where like Arika turns her head and it's like really weirdly animated, like really well.
Yeah. Man, as well, yeah.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Yeah, this feels like very Trigger-esque, you know?
Yeah,
the way he's like spinning his arm and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, the animators are like, all right, we have enough budget for one really good shot this episode. let's make it
count.
Yeah, let's do the scene where Medabots punches out the ghost Medabot.
Let's make sure that it looks great when Medabots punches a literal ghost. But yeah, they go into that's the problem with this show is going to be that like so much of the episode is just good gags and fun little moments, and it's kind of hard to talk about what actually happens.
Yeah, this more than any other show we've covered, you just have to watch it because the gags and like the jokes and everything are what really makes this.
We are going to be squeezing blood from a stone so hard with later episodes. Holy crap.
Yeah, because it's just like the show is good.
Speaking of blood, hey, do you believe in ghosts?
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. I feel like there's a point where I used to believe in like a bunch of supernatural bullshit, and I like thought that it's like, oh yeah, it's like demons and stuff. I went all in for a bit, and it's like, oh wait, no, this is dumb. This is bullcrap. There's a point where it's like, we like moved houses, and it's like the house on right now, it's like the door to the bathroom is not installed correctly. So it's like if you just leave it open, then like the door will slowly kind of like tilt shut a little, and they'll get a bit of momentum, and it'll just sort of like, fair, like not quickly, but like notably just close with no one there.
Okay, yeah.
And just, it's like nothing supernatural. It happens every single time. But I was like, one night, I was just sort of like staying up, and I was looking around, I just saw like close. I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, sometimes you might see something in like your house or whatever that like you don't expect to see, or it'll make you jump or whatever. But yeah, it's all explainable.
Yeah, just completely, out there and like made me jump. I was just like, huh,
I've jumped before, like a door slams all of a sudden, and I'm just like, oh my god! It's like, oh it's windy outside and the windows are open, or the cat
that
closed
makes
it.
sense. Yeah. I feel like cat activity makes up so many ghost encounters.
Yeah, I have to keep something in front of the door, or my cat will close it, and sometimes lock himself in my room. So yeah, I have to keep something in front of the door.
Like just earlier, it's like, it turns out I have a storage building. We were keeping a bunch of old jars in there. We just walk in, it's like, oh yeah, they've all fallen off and they've all just shattered inside the building. And it's like, I could easily see that being like, oh yeah, it goes. And it's like, yeah, no, we have rats. There's rats out there. There's like rat droppings.
Yeah. But yeah, this episode, we talked to, okay, so it's Ikki, Erika, Kyrene, Koji, and Hikaru goes with them.
Yes.
And it's like, I believe it's because he's interested in catching like this ghost that's stealing metals or whatever. But he's like, oh, what kind of responsible adult will let you kids wander around out here on your own?
Yeah, we got, I have to go with you and make sure everything's fine. And by pure chance, Phantom Thief Retort appears, and it's like, oh my god, he's here to save everything.
Yeah, Hikaru disappears from the group, and they're like, "Oh, what a irresponsible adult!" And then Phantom Thief Retort shows up.
Listen, this is how we know he's not Retort, because he was there at the seed. But yeah, everyone's just sort of like searching around. They see some lights and stuff, which at first I thought the lights were like the rubber robo gangs, like, little antennas or something, but no, they're Medabots.
Yeah, it was the ghost. I don't even remember what it's called.
Yeah, but, Misty Ghost.
Misty Ghost, that's it. Yeah. It's honestly, we don't know what it does. Apparently, no, its ability to clone itself wasn't something it was doing. That was the rubber robo gang.
So I was curious. First, I had to make sure I had this thing's like name right, and I just looked it up. And it's like, wait a minute. And this is something I probably should have noticed earlier. The wiki, the wiki, the wiki just has a list of what each part is called.
Oh.
So yeah, Misty Ghost's parts are: his head is void, his right arm is a void, his left arm is exit, and his legs are excite.
All right.
He is like a very slippy, like, runaway scout type of Medabot that just shows up and he becomes really hard to hit, and then he just bolts. He just runs.
What do his Are those just guns on his arms? What do they do? Does it say?
Nope. All it says is that he has low attack power, so I assume he just has like arm shots or something, or like maybe it's a head thing. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it it seems like they didn't really think about like these things are meant to fight. It's like, okay, what is this thing supposed to do? I don't know. It runs away. It's like that's not good for fighting.
It probably shoots at you a little and then it runs off, and it's like, all right, kid.
I mean,
Like, yeah.
If the explanation was this is a high mobility, like low flight Medabot that like does hit and run and wears you down like that, okay, sure, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
the fact that its only quality that it seems to have is this Medabot is weak. It's like, I don't know, you guys didn't really think about how this thing could actually win a fight, huh?
Misty Ghost is a hover-type Medabot that specializes in lesser defense actions, which prevent damage to his teammates from low-power attacks, so he's support.
Okay, it is meant as like a team battle support Medabot. Okay.
Yeah.
Which will not be covered too much in the series, I don't think.
For what it's worth, like, in the fight, Misty Ghost does almost make Mubby fall off a cliff. And
True,
by the rules of the anime, that means he would have won.
Yeah,
if Mubby falls off a cliff and he can't keep fighting, then Misty Ghost wins.
Yeah, but that wasn't even Misty Ghost. That was the Robo gang.
Oh yeah, but you know, like if you can't fight for any reason, the other side wins.
Yeah. I like the idea that like the robe battler, like the human behind the Medabot, like they can interfere with the fight and there's no rule against it seemingly.
Yeah, because why not? It's not like they're actually attacking the robot, right? Yeah, they're just being support.
Yeah.
Listen, yo, it's like the term in Dr. Stone. If you like throw something at someone, then that's interference. But if you just throw a helmet onto the ground and someone picks up as a weird fashion accessory, that's totally fine. Yeah, there's no advantage there. Who cares?
Yeah. Whoops! I accidentally dropped it into the battle arena.
I accidentally dropped a weapon right next to my teammate. Oh well, I did directly hand it to him, so it's fine.
Oops, dropped my gun. Honestly, anybody could grab it.
The Robo gang's just like, oh, whoops, and they just like toss a pistol to Misty Ghost. And he just tries to catch it, but because he doesn't have hands, he can't use it. Medabots just picks it up. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need to. He's got gun hands, but I mean,
he has become slightly stronger.
Yeah, it's like, what if I shoot you with my single shot gun while also holding a pistol and shooting that?
We just get Medabots full auto, where he's just dual wielding handguns while firing his arm guns and his head missiles at the same time. Full burst Medabots.
I mean, honestly, even without the like us joking about him holding extra guns, like why doesn't he just do that? It's like, okay, just overwhelm them with firepower immediately.
I feel like the answer is honestly just because, like, oh, aiming and accuracy, but still.
Yeah. They honestly, the writers would come up with a reason. I think they're really good about that in the series, which I'll talk about in the next episode, I think.
I think it's the episode after that, yeah.
No, it's the next episode. The third episode, episode 9 was the Iwanoi episode.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking it's like every time Medabots uses the, like, you know, single shot or the machine gun, like, he holds his arm with the other hand, right?
True, yeah.
Yeah, and just to, like, deal with the recoil.
Yeah, and at one point, Medabots is yelling at another Medabot, and it's like, I told you to aim.
Yeah. Why would you, Abe? But yeah, this episode's fun. It's like, it's just a lot of the kids getting spooked, and we see the Rubber Robo Gang being idiots, and we see exactly in detail, specifically, how they were spooking the kids with like every single trick.
It's so stupid.
It's just like, oh, we just have a guy who plays like a freaking boombox with scary noises and screams and stuff.
It's a stock Halloween like scary noises cassette tape. It's great.
We got like dudes with little like glowy balls on poles just swinging around. We see them we see it working too. Like Icky sees them and they start doing it and he starts getting freaked out. And they just fishing line like a rubber glove and just smack him in the face or whatever. He's like, oh, what was that? No.
It is like, oh, the smacking him with the wet sponge. And it's like, oh man, this is so stupid.
He just crouches over there, smack the wet sponge on his butt, and he freaks out. It's also, so dumb.
I like a bit where Icky is carrying Koji, who's been knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
And he's like running away from the quote unquote ghost. And like Koji wakes up and he's like, "Hey, why are you carrying me? What's going on?" And like he gets like crashed into like a low hanging branch and knocked out again.
Yeah. Oh man, this is a good one. This is a good one for gags.
Yeah, it's funny.
So apparently the Rubber Robo Gang's like whole plan is it's like first they scare the kids, and while the kids are distracted and freaking out, they just have someone just I assume walk up behind them with like a baseball bat and just like knock them out, just bash them in the head, and they're like, alright, we'll just steal your stuff while you're unconscious. We'll just steal your robot metal.
Yeah, apparently the plan was to disguise the location of their hideout or something.
Yeah, maybe. It seems like that's the case. And people start showing up and they start like stealing their stuff. Because why not?
We can use this. Yeah, we use this to our advantage. Just steal a bunch of medals.
Yeah.
Which Phantom Thief Retort shows up with a big bag and scoops them all up, and he's like, "I'm taking these," and he leaves. Except he didn't, because he shows up to help with the fight against Misty Ghost.
I do want to point out something I just realized, because I was thinking, it's like, oh yeah, how does Misty Ghost defeat their Medabot, though? I assume the answer is he doesn't, because I just remembered you can just hit a button on the watch and it ejects the metal.
Yeah, that could be it, is like somebody the little baby dude sneaks up undetected and jumps up and hits the button or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they knock you out, and while you're unconscious, they just hit the button on the watch, and your robot's deactivated.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, of course, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, when you're using smoke and mirrors to make copies of Misty Ghost, its weakness is light, obviously.
All that's it's the future, seemingly. Like, they're more technologically advanced in this series than we are. So they have little, like, handheld hologram projectors, but they're still, like, these really bulky, like, unappealing looking, like, industrial things. Like, they're not cool at all.
Yeah, and then Retort just, like, has a big flashlight, and he just shines it on all of the copies and like the actual Misty Ghost, and it's like, oh, there's the real one, and then Medabots punches him out. And he's like,
talk about Icky's original plan of just, all right, well, there's multiple copies, I guess just shoot all of them, and maybe you'll hit something eventually.
I mean, that was kind of my thought too. It's like, well, one of them's got to be real, right?
Just keep shooting and hope for the best.
Yeah, and the answer is no. The real Misty Ghost was hiding. All of them were fake.
Man. All of them were fake. Man, that'd be a weird Mabao win if, like, Misty Ghost's clones just made Mabi, like, fall off a cliff, and though he has nothing to do with them, and he just wins because of that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mr. Referee in this episode, he like they decide on the row battle, and then like a coffin like starts glowing and bursts open.
Is
and,
it
Mr.
like
Referee,
a well?
Was it? I thought it was a coffin.
It seemed like it was like a sealed up well, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a reference to the ring.
Oh, maybe. But
yeah.
yeah, he rises out of it wearing like the stereotypical like Japanese ghost outfit, like the white robe and like the head napkin
the
thing.
little, like, head napkin.
Yeah. It's like they're just like, he's so lame, and it's like, what are you talking about? That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. Listen, Mr. Referee is so devoted to his job.
Yeah, he acknowledged the situation with the ghost theme and everything, and he got appropriately dressed and appeared in a fitting way.
Man,
Mr.
this
Referee is
episode,
a professional.
This in the next episode, some good Mr. Referee appearances.
Yeah.
They had some good referee entrance gags. But yeah, so they like do the thing, they're like fine with the whatever the crap. Yeah, they like beat Misty Ghost. Ed retorts just like, oh, I've saved the day, but I'm taking these medals, and his bag just rips and they just spill everywhere.
Yeah, he like trips over something and like
yeah, there's a point where he
like
falls off a tree, like, because he's just standing all cool, and the branch breaks and he like falls off.
Yeah. And he's
like he hurts
okay.
himself, yeah.
Yeah, the bag rips and he's just like, oh no, and like he runs off into the forest. And then Hikaru rejoins the group while covered in leaves. And it's like, hey, why are you covered in leaves? And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? I didn't fall out of a tree. And Arika's like, that's suspicious.
Yeah, I probably just, tripped and fell into a bush or something. Yeah, it's no big deal. Yeah, there's lots of leaves in the forest. Oh man, what a fun, dumb episode.
It's good. I like it.
I feel like, alright, this episode does raise a question though, because we get Misty Ghost's head and torso. We get the body part, basically, the head part or whatever.
Yeah.
When would Medabots ever use this?
What did it say it did? It said it was a defensive piece.
Yeah, its
it
ability is void, and the effect is just defense. So I assume it just avoids specific types of attacks. And the right arm is a void, and it's same deal basically, but I guess for a different type of move.
The name implies to me that, I don't know, through magic or something, it generates a little black hole and sucks up attacks or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. We've seen a Medabot do that before, so hey, maybe. Yeah, hard to say.
Yeah.